Be honest, does grading ever feel like it takes over your life? Or maybe you've handed back a big test and realized your students missed the point entirely. Assessing and grading in middle school math can feel super overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. With the right strategies, assessments can actually become a powerful tool that drives learning, and your grading can be manageable. Today, I'm going to share practical ways to make assessments meaningful and grading less stressful in your math classroom. If you're new around here, my name is Kathy Martin, and I help 6th, 7th, 8th grade and Algebra 1 math teachers experience more aha moments in the classroom, all while saving time and money with their lesson planning and resources. Okay, so first, let's talk about formative assessments. These are those quick, in the moment checks that help you see where your students are. Think exit tickets, short Google Forms, quizzes, or even listening in on small group discussions. The key here is these are learning moments, not grading moments. You're using them to adjust your teaching, not put a number in the grade book. So for example, if you overhear a group explaining a problem totally incorrectly, that's powerful information you can use to reteach right away. Okay, on the flip side, we have summative assessments. These are the bigger picture checks of mastery, unit tests, projects, presentations. They show what students have learned over time. Both are important. Formative helps guide the journey, while summative shows the destination. One strategy that makes grading clearer is standard-based grading. Instead of one overall score, you break it down by skill or standard. I know many schools are moving towards standard-based grading. So if you have a student who might be strong in solving equations, but they're still working on integer operations, this helps parents and students see exactly where the gaps are and what needs to be improved. I also recommend focusing on growth. Let students redo or revise work because the goal is mastery, not perfection the first time. In my classroom, I even allow test corrections. I know it's controversial, but I allow it. If a student fixes every mistake on a test, the lowest that they can earn in my classroom is a C minus instead of failing. It sends a clear message. Learning from mistakes matters. Avoid averaging scores, okay? So this is another game changer is to avoid averages. If a student struggled early on but mastered the concept later, an average doesn't really reflect their true understanding. Instead, I look at the most recent or most consistent performance because that shows what they actually know. And don't underestimate the power of self and peer assessments. Students are often great at spotting errors in other people's work. It helps them reflect on their own learning and builds ownership. Okay, so giving feedback. Let's talk about giving feedback. Vague comments like good job or needs improvement doesn't really help. Instead, I want you to try to make your feedback specific and actionable. So for example, you could, instead of saying good job, you could write, your answer is correct, but double check your steps to make sure that they're consistent. Also focus on effort and process. So saying something like, I noticed you tried a new strategy. Great job experimenting. This encourages a growth mindset, and always frame mistakes positively. Saying something like, this shows us an area to work on. Let's figure it out together. That helps students see mistakes as part of the learning, not as failure. Okay, finally, I want to address managing grading time. So we all know that grading takes a lot of time. It can eat up your evenings if you let it, right? So let's talk about how we can help this. Using rubrics could really help. They make grading faster and clearer for both you and your student. One really awesome strategy that I learned way back when from another teacher, her name is Brianna Beebe, is she taught me how to batch my grading. So for example, if I'm grading a test and there's like multiple pages on the test, I will grade all of the front page first. So only the front page, because then I will kind of start to memorize the answers and then it makes things faster. Then I will grade page number 2 on all the tests and then grade page number 3 on all the tests. It makes things faster and it keeps your grading consistent. Prioritize, okay? Not every assignment needs detailed feedback and not every assignment needs to be graded. So save your energy for the ones that really show mastery. So grading and assessments don't have to feel overwhelming. By balancing our formative and our summative assessments, we can focus on growth, we can focus on giving specific feedback, and we can manage our grading time strategically. By doing these things, you can make assessments a tool for learning, not just a task to check off your list. If you are looking for a one-stop shop for everything you need to teach 6th, 7th, 8th grade and Algebra 1 math, come join us inside the Pre-Algebra Teachers Math membership. Log in, grab what you need, teach and go. Click the link below and join us now. That's it for me this week. Bye for now.